was a quiet Sunday morning. When I woke up, the room was filled with a soft gray light. Outside the window, the sky was heavy with clouds and the sound of rain was calm and steady. The drops touched the glass like a quiet melody. It was not a storm, just a gentle, warm rain that made the world slower. I stayed in bed for a few minutes, just listening. There was something very peaceful about that sound. It made me feel safe, as if the whole city had stopped to take a deep breath. I didn't have to rush anywhere. There were no plans, no meetings, no noise, only me, my small apartment, and the soft rhythm of the rain. I decided not to go outside that day. Instead, I wanted to stay at home and enjoy the quiet moments. I got up slowly, put on my warm socks, and made my way to the kitchen. The air smelled like morning, a little cool, a little sleepy. I turned on the kettle and watched the steam rise. While the water was boiling, I opened the window just a little. The fresh smell of rain came in, that special smell that mixes with the scent of wet leaves and distant earth. It was so clean, so natural, that I took a deep breath and smiled. When the kettle started to sing, I poured hot water into my favorite cup and added a spoon of black tea. The aroma filled the room instantly. It reminded me of old rainy days when my grandmother used to make tea and tell me stories. I sat by the window, holding the warm cup in my hands, watching the rain fall down the glass. The street outside looked different today. Usually it was full of people and cars, but now it was quiet. The pavement was shiny and empty. A few umbrellas moved slowly under the gray sky. Some trees near the sidewalk danced a little in the wind. Everything felt softer, slower, like the world was wrapped in a blanket. I turned on a small lamp beside me. The yellow light made the room cozy and warm. I took one sip of tea and felt its warmth travel through my body. It was such a simple thing, but it felt like pure comfort. Then I noticed a small wooden box on the shelf, the one where I kept old letters and notebooks. I hadn't opened it in a long time. For some reason, the quiet rain made me want to look inside again. I placed the cup on the table and carefully opened the box. Inside were small pieces of my past, old photos, birthday cards, and a few handwritten letters from friends. There was also my first diary from when I was in school. I smiled when I saw it. The cover was a little worn and the pages were yellowed, but it still felt special. I took out one letter from the box. The handwriting was familiar. It belonged to my friend Emma, who'd moved abroad years ago. The paper still had a faint smell of perfume. As I read her words, I could almost hear her voice again. She wrote about her new life, about how she missed our walks and how strange it felt to live so far from home. I remembered the day we said goodbye at the train station. It was raining then too. The same soft, warm rain that was falling now. I didn't know it at that time, but that was the last day we saw each other in person. Still, reading her letter now made me feel close to her again. It was like no time had passed at all. I continued reading more letters. Each one was like a small window into another time. Some made me laugh. Others made me quiet for a moment. It was amazing how a few simple words on paper could bring back so many memories. Outside, the rain kept falling like a soft soundtrack to my thoughts. After a while, I put the letters back and opened my old diary. My handwriting was messy, and my thoughts were simple, but full of life. I wrote about dreams, about small things that made me happy, a walk after school, a favorite song, a sunset. Reading those pages, I felt like I was meeting my younger self again. The rain became a little stronger. Drops hit the roof in a steady rhythm. I wrapped myself in a blanket and kept reading. It felt like time had stopped. There was no past or future, only this soft, rainy Sunday.